body on the shot. Go, Georgia Southern!
For kill once again.
Raymond Johnson, a huge sack in the final minute 40.
D'Angelo with the goal for Georgia Southern.
Eagle Nation, welcome into Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. With Colin Lacey, I'm Danny Reed. Plenty to talk about on this week's edition. We'll step inside Coach's Corner with women's tennis head coach Sean McCaffrey, and we will learn about J.D. King's journey to Statesboro by way of Stillwater, Oklahoma. But we begin this week. Our opening segment is brought to you by Optum Orthopedics. 6 games into the 2020 football season. Colin, number one, it's an achievement to simply say you have played 6 games. But number two, it's been an exciting brand of football for the blue and white. Of the 6 games, 4 have been decided by one score, and Georgia Southern is 3-1 in those games.
And it's odd to say that at the beginning of November, you're 6 games in and you're halfway through your season. But nonetheless, I think a lot of people a couple of months ago would have said we would be lucky to get 6 games in, let alone be 6 games in and halfway through the season. So I think it just goes to show you what exactly everybody has put in, not only here at Georgia Southern, but across the country and the college football world to make this possible.
4-2 record so far for the Eagles, 2-2 in conference play. It turned out to be a thrilling victory over South Alabama on October 29th right here at Paulson Stadium. Thursday night home game on ESPN. Haven't had that since 1989, but thanks to 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns by Wesley Kennedy, resulted in a 24-17 victory. Kennedy, J.D. King, who we'll talk about more in our next segment, and Shai Werts, the 3-headed monster in that Georgia Southern backfield. It's no surprise that all 3 have had 100-yard rushing games so far this season.
And you look at all 3 of them, and you knew what they brought to the 2020 season for Georgia Southern football, but you've seen those 3 really take the next step forward. You mentioned Wesley Kennedy with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns against South Alabama, really his coming-out game for Georgia Southern in 2020. We've talked about Shai Werts and his progression with his arm through the passing game, and then J.D. King really bust on the season at the beginning of the year and really took over that dominant running back for Georgia Southern football.
Eagles ended the weekend with 249 yards per game on the ground. That's 8th best in the FBS. And then on that Georgia Southern defense, first 3 games of the season, giving up more than 400 yards per game, more than 6 yards per play. But the last 3 weeks, you talk about the shutout against UMass, limiting that high-powered Jaguar offense to just 261 total yards. They've been giving up 2 yards less per play over the last 3 games. A much more aggressive defense after that 5-sack, 11-tackle for loss performance on national television.
And we talked about it at the beginning of the season, how you knew what the front 7 were going to give you for Georgia Southern football, but really the secondary was the question mark, especially losing Kendrick Duncan for the first couple of games of the season. He returns against Coastal Carolina and really brings an extra spark to that young secondary. But you've seen guys like Derek Canteen, Anthony Wilson really grow in their maturation process, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Wilson had a career-high 7 tackles against the Jags, also his first career tackle for loss. And you can't talk about Canteen because it was his pass breakup on that 4th down play with right around a minute and a half to play that sealed the victory for Georgia Southern against South Alabama. We come back from this timeout, we'll take a deeper look at Georgia Southern senior running back J.D. King as Blue White Weekly continues.
It's back. The return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first-place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Hi, I'm Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate, the broker and owner, also co-owner of PMG Rentals, which is a property management company. As a Georgia Southern graduate in 2005, I got into real estate fresh out of school and was excited to have the opportunity to be the official real estate agent of Georgia Southern Athletics. I would say what sets me apart is the drone and online marketing presence that Statesboro Real Estate has to offer. Statesboro is such a small town and just has a really cool feel to it, and it's neat to see somebody at the grocery store, at the ball fields, and know that you've helped them in the past and have the opportunity to continue to help them pursue their dream home. PMG Rentals is a great value adder to Statesboro Real Estate for the fact that if you're a renter, we can show you houses to buy in the future, and also if you're an investor, you can purchase with us and then lean to PMG as your property management for the future. Whether you're looking to buy an investment property, have it professionally managed with PMG Rentals, buying your first home, or buying your dream home, make sure you call Paul.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. J.D. King was one of the top high school running backs in the state of Georgia at Fitzgerald High before earning a scholarship to Oklahoma State University, where he spent his first 2 collegiate seasons. But as we find out on this week's edition of a Georgia Southern story presented by Ford, through tragedy there is triumph, and all roads led back home.
I can admit no schools were really on my radar because I really didn't care where I played or really where I was, as long as I knew if I work hard I could get on the field early. And then that's kind of where I took my career. I just let it be in God's hands and took it from there. I mean, it was all exciting because, you know, Power 5, everybody want to play Power 5, but what I didn't know at first, I didn't know that football was football everywhere. That would have been, if I wanted like some advice when I was coming up, that's what I probably would have wanted to know. When I transferred, I was asking myself every night I come home, because you know, you playing football, you're here. You are any high school athlete want to be. So I was asking myself, like, why am I still not happy? Like, why am I still questioning myself? So many nights went by, you know, months and stuff like that. It kind of came down to like, it just started getting worse. Then my granddad, he lived with me and my dad all through my football career in high school. So he died before a Texas Tech game my sophomore year. And then it just kind of killed me. Like, so when that happened, I was like, whoa, bro, who I'm gonna talk to now? Who gonna help me? You know, who gonna teach me when I mess up, or who gonna be able to answer my questions? The year after that, right before the Cure Bowl, my grandma passed away. I just felt like I just made the right choice by coming closer to home. I just took it as an opportunity to expand my family, you know, come in and work harder. And then when the spring came, I kind of knew it was going to be iffy if I was going to get to play or not. I found out, Coach Foster told me. So I was all trying to play it cool, tough guy. I was like, yeah, man, we're going to get to play, man. So when I got back to 111, where we stayed, I think it was Logan and Matt was with me. We just went crazy. We ran around the whole apartment complex. So then we ran all the way to West's apartment, told him we went crazy in his apartment, ran back to my apartment, all 4 of us went crazy in my apartment. It was so much fun, like, you know, getting that information back so soon. I came to Georgia Southern because Coach Lunsford, they gave me my very first offer in 10th grade ever. I feel like I owe him my all, my 100%. Every time I do something willingly on that field, because he the head coach, he gave me that opportunity, him and Coach Foster, to come play, and they trusted me enough. I gained their trust. They put me on the foundation. I became a team captain for the team, and it's just like I see like how much trust they got in me. Well, I got to show them, I got to repay them. You just got to buy into the process at the end of the day. And they bought into me, and they let me buy into the program, and I'm here. I'm here to the end.
After this break, we'll take a look at Georgia Southern's Olympic sports when Blue White Weekly continues.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. We begin our Olympic sports segment by taking a look at Georgia Southern volleyball. And Colin, this year it's either been, have they been in COVID quarantine, have they been on the road, but finally they got a chance to host their first two matches of the year in the Statesboro installment of Southern Knott State.
And with the difference in the schedule in 2020 because of COVID restrictions, it's the first two installments of Southern Knott State out of 4 meetings this year. The final 2 will be in a couple of weeks up in Atlanta, but the first home game for Georgia Southern volleyball, but also senior night. And we take a look back at those highlights now. Georgia Southern volleyball opened up the home slate of 2020 this past Friday night over at Hanner Fieldhouse. Back and forth match between the two squads as the third and fourth set saw 17 ties and 6 lead changes combined. The Eagles had set point 24-20 in the third set, but Leah Wilcox hammered down 2 kills. The Panthers would notch 4 points in a row to tie the score, and with the set tied at 25 all, Chamblee Russell would put down a ball for the Eagles. Maddie Bryant would follow it up with a kill and give Georgia Southern the set at 27-25. On into the fourth, that would be tied at 23 all. Chamblee Russell once again back-to-back kills to give Georgia Southern the set at 25-23, and Georgia Southern takes the first match at 3-1. Chamblee Russell would lead the home opener with 12 kills, Maddie Bryant with 12 kills and 3 blocks, and Baylor Bumford would add 4 blocks and 9 kills on the game. On to Saturday afternoon as Georgia Southern again hosts Georgia State, as Maya Wilson would lead the way with 12 kills on Saturday for Georgia Southern, tied with Chamblee Russell as well with 12 kills. As Georgia Southern throughout the ball game would have a season-high 12 aces and out-hit the Panthers, but Georgia State would end up with 11 more kills than the Eagles. As in set 3, the Eagles led 22-20, but Georgia State would rally with 5 straight points to win the set. That would give the Panthers a 2-1 advantage in the match. The Eagles trying for a push at the end as they trailed 23-17 in the fourth, battled back to trim the margin to 23-22, but Georgia State would finish it off and get set number 4 at 25-23 and would take match number 2 by 3 sets to 2. Again, Georgia Southern Volleyball split the 2 matches against Georgia State inside Hanner Fieldhouse this past weekend. They took on Coastal Carolina up in Conway on Thursday and Friday. Georgia Southern women's soccer finished up the 2020 season out in the Sun Belt Conference Championships over in Foley, Alabama. It was a first-round matchup with the Little Rock Trojans for Georgia Southern as the Eagles fell 2-1 to see their 2020 season come to a close. Georgia Southern men's soccer wrapped up the regular season over at Eagle Field and Irk Park against Coastal Carolina yesterday. They will head to the Sun Belt Conference Championships up in Atlanta, hosted by Georgia State, coming up in the next week.
When we return from this timeout, it's this week's edition of Coach's Corner with women's tennis head coach Sean McCaffrey. That's when Blue White Weekly continues.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. This week's edition of Coach's Corner, we're out here at the Wallace Tennis Center to catch up with women's tennis head coach Sean McCaffrey. Coach, appreciate you joining us. Obviously, everybody has been affected in some way, shape, or form by COVID-19, but your team and you specifically were affected when you got the virus a couple of months ago. Take us through that experience.
Yeah, it was a battle. It's one thing I can say for sure is that people definitely need to take that virus pretty seriously. What got me through it is I think one time I woke up in the hospital and I realized, you know what, I need to get out of here. I need to figure out a way to make this happen. Along with my family and then my team, them sending me videos every couple days, really did a lot to improve my spirits. There's no doubt the team and my family bailed me out.
What's the biggest change that this team has had to make because of COVID-19 restrictions?
We elected to not compete this fall. And that's to try to keep our women in a bubble as much as possible. So that's that's certainly been a challenge, and it gets difficult when you're competing against your own teammates day in and day out. So we're all trying to find unique ways that we can stay within our rules, stay within those confines, and then find a way, like I said before, to rise above things.
This is your 4th season now in Statesboro. What's the biggest growth that you've seen from this team from when you took over until now?
I think that desire to want to win, that second year when we got to the conference championship and we upset the 1 seed and the 4 seed, and as an 8 seed you're playing in the conference championship, was unheard of. It's only happened one other time in NCAA history. Now they smell it, and now they know that it's within reach, and I think that that might be one of the biggest changes, and that I'm particularly proud of.
Now let's dive into the team. What do you expect from Georgia Southern women's tennis in 2021?
I believe we're strong. In terms of talent across the board, this might be our most talented group. What I'm really, really happy about is the leadership that we have with the 7 other returning women and the experience that they have. And they are super hungry. I think people will realize how difficult it is to beat us. Just the fact that we're relentless and we're in every point. We don't give up on anything. And that when that happens and when people see the Eagle logo on our chest when we're playing, that's going to be worth a couple points here and there just by the sheer fact that nobody wants to have to be on the court for an extended period of time with us. We're going to be the fittest. They're going to be the most disciplined, and they're extremely tight. That's another thing that I think is really an important aspect of this whole thing, is that they come off the court, they'll battle each other in practice, they'll come off the court, and they are truly best of friends.
Coach, appreciate the time. Glad to see you back on campus, and good luck this year.
Can't wait. Thank you.
That's head coach Sean McCaffrey of Georgia Southern Women's Tennis. We'll continue with more Blue White Weekly right after this.
This is it. This is the day we work for. All the months of preparation, all the hard work. Blue collar, discipline, toughness. That is what has led to this moment. There are people out there that tell you you can't do it. But what do we say to that? T-A-T-A! They will tell you you're not fast enough. They'll tell you you're not strong enough. But what do we say to that? T-A-T-A! They will tell you you can't have it. You don't deserve it. But what do we say to that? T-A-T-A! Get after those assets.
So you'd like to open a checking account today?
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Greetings from Vive Country, your new crazy fast neighbor, now in 16 states. We're thrilled to be your home and business internet, phone, and TV provider. From cutting-edge technology to excuse-free customer service, we're committed to our local communities. We've been working non-stop upgrading and enhancing our fiber-based network that delivers speeds up to 5 gig internet. We believe in faster speeds, community involvement, and 100% customer satisfaction. Join Vive Country today at vivebroadband.com.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Time to preview this week's Georgia Southern football opponent, brought to you by Georgia Power. It's the second of this three-game homestand at Allen E. Paulson Stadium for homecoming. It's the Eagles and the Troy Trojans. Each team has identical 4-2 records. Troy, though, is one half game better than Georgia Southern in the East Division with a 2-1 league mark after taking down Arkansas State a week ago in Jonesboro. A very impressive victory for head coach Chip Lindsey's squad. It was 38-10. Out at Centennial Bank Stadium. This is going to be a clash of styles. Of course, Georgia Southern wants to keep the ball on the ground, and Chip Lindsey's team, Colin, they want to throw the ball, and they've got a lot of receivers to throw it to.
And the most impressive part of that, the win in Arkansas State this past weekend, was they had to do it with their backup quarterback. Starting quarterback Gunnar Watson down with an injury against Arkansas State, still up in the air whether he is going to play against Georgia Southern. All indications point that he may be taking the snaps for the Troy Trojans this afternoon. But when you look at what Jacob Free did for Arkansas State, over 400 yards passing in his first career start, that's not what a backup quarterback comes in and does, especially against Arkansas State, but a really impressive dominant victory for them.
And no quarterback in Troy history had ever thrown for that much in his first career start. It was the 7th highest total in Trojan history, and the receiving core is quite impressive. Kalen Geiger was second in the conference last year in both catches and yards, first team All-League, and was the newcomer of the year. Reggie Todd is 6'5", 220. Khalil McClain is 6'4", 220. It seems that whoever you pick, they've got someone else that can beat you. But for Georgia Southern's pass defense that has taken a better turn the last 3 weeks, I think this is a nice challenge for them.
And we mentioned it earlier, getting Kendrick Duncan back against Coastal Carolina and then fully against South Alabama really brought a boost to everybody in that secondary. We've talked about how young that secondary is, but guys like Anthony Wilson and Derek Canteen really played a heck of a game against South Alabama, and you really feel the presence of Kendrick Duncan, whether he's making the plays or not, with that secondary, and it's going to be huge against these receivers for the Troy Trojans.
Now, you also have to account for the running game, not so much that it's going to be running the football, but they like to get their running backs involved in the passing game. B.J. Smith is still the starter, preseason Offensive Player of the Year in 2019 before a knee injury ended his season. The guy, though, that has the most impressive stats, true freshman from Marietta, Kamani Vidal, averaging better than 6 yards a carry in his first Division I season.
And that's one of the things that Troy really hasn't had is depth at that running back spot. You mentioned B.J. Smith really being the bell cow for this running attack for the Trojans of Troy, but really having Vidal in at that secondary spot is going to be a huge boost for this squad.
Defensively, they are flexible enough to play a 3-man front and a 4-man front, but expect number 2, Carlton Marshall, to be in on just about every play that Troy is going to make defensively. Number 1 in the conference in tackles and tackles for loss last year. No surprise that he was an All-American. Even more impressive, he was a former walk-on.
Yeah, in 2018, he receives a scholarship prior to the season, and what does he go out and do after walking on? He goes out as a freshman All-American. Doubles that up in 2019 as an All-American again, and he is one of the top 10 or 15 guys that Georgia Southern will see on the defensive side.
Coming up in just a few moments, it's Georgia Southern and Troy as the Eagles try to snap the 3-game skid against the Trojans. Thanks to everyone, as always, from the Multimedia Development Center. For Colin Lacey, this is Danny Reed. We'll catch you next time on Blue White Weekly.